The Zarn Empire had never lost a war. For over 1,000 years they had moved from star to star, crushing every planet they found. Their soldiers were strong, their weapons advanced, and their ships the biggest in the galaxy. Entire civilizations fell before them like dry leaves in the wind. No one dared to fight back. Some begged for peace, others tried to run. But in the end, all of them were conquered. The galaxy had only one rule now: do not resist the Zarn. High Commander Veltor sat inside his giant warship, the Iron Voice. He looked at a hologram of a small blue planet. It was the newest target. Earth, the science officer said. Class. Planet. Low technology, no space defenses, mostly water, not a threat. Veltor chuckled. Send a scout ship, he ordered. Let's see how weak they really are. The scout ship left quickly. It had one mission: scan Earth, record its defenses, and return. But days passed, then weeks. There was no signal, no message, no trace. It was like the ship had vanished. Veltor grew annoyed. Maybe it hit an asteroid, someone said. Another suggested the crew went rogue. Veltor didn't believe either. He sent 2 more scout ships. They also disappeared. Now the Emperor himself wanted answers. The Zarn High Council gathered in the Hall of Voices. Giant screens showed Earth from different angles. Clouds, oceans, cities, mountains. It looked peaceful. Too peaceful. This makes no sense, said Minister Frel. Where are the missiles, the shields? Even Class 2 planets have some kind of defense. Another leader spoke up. Perhaps they are hiding something. The Emperor stared at the planet for a long time. Then he gave the order. Send a warship. The warship Dagger's Edge launched at full speed. It was one of the Zarn's finest. It had destroyed a battle moon with a single strike. Its captain Jarnas was confident. We will make this fast, he said. As the ship reached Earth's orbit, it started scanning. Nothing unusual appeared. Still, the ship kept its weapons ready. Then, without warning, all systems went dark. Lights shut off. Engines died. The crew screamed as the gravity failed. Captain Jarnas tried to restart the core, but the controls didn't respond. A strange energy spread through the ship like a virus. In seconds, it was over. The Dagger's Edge floated in space, dead and cold. Back at Zarn Command, they watched the ship disappear from their screens. No explosion, no distress call, just silence. That's 4 ships, whispered someone. Veltor stood up slowly. This is not normal. Something is there. Something we don't understand. The Emperor was silent. His eyes were locked on the hologram of Earth. Have we finally found a world that can fight back? He asked. A young officer suggested sending drones. The Emperor nodded. Small, fast, and hard to track, the drones launched in a hidden wave. They reached Earth's orbit and began to scan again. This time they saw more. Beneath the surface, deep under oceans and mountains, strange shapes appeared, huge structures glowing softly with energy unknown to the Zarn. They were not new. They were ancient. Some of the drones were pulled down by invisible forces. Others sent back short clips, brief flashes of massive machines, human-like figures, and a symbol, a circle with 3 sharp lines crossing it. Then all the drones went dark. A day later, a message arrived. It wasn't in Zarn language, but somehow every leader understood it. The words appeared in their minds, clear and cold. We see you. Turn back. Panic broke out. Some believed it was a trick, others were afraid. Veltor slammed his fist on the table. We are the Zarn Empire. We do not turn back. But no one responded. Fear had entered the room. For the first time in 1,000 years, the Zarn faced an unknown power. A planet that didn't send diplomats. A planet that didn't explain. A planet that didn't run or hide. It only watched and waited. In the dark corners of the Empire, whispers spread quickly. What is Earth? Why didn't they fight? What are they hiding? The Emperor walked to the window of his private chamber. Stars filled the sky beyond. So many he had taken. So many more he planned to rule. But now, a small blue dot stood between him and the rest of the galaxy. Something had changed, and deep inside, the Emperor felt something he had not felt in centuries: fear. The Zarn Empire was growing restless. Their scout ships had vanished, their warship destroyed without a fight, and strange messages had appeared in their minds. The commanders could not understand Earth. It was as if the planet was hiding in plain sight, quiet but dangerous. So, the Zarn decided to send more ships, bigger, stronger, and faster, to find out what Earth was really hiding. Captain Jarnus was chosen again. This time he commanded a squadron of 5 warships, each armed with the deadliest weapons in the HFY Zarn arsenal. They moved silently through space, careful not to give away their approach. They expected a battle, but none came. Earth's defenses were still invisible, as if the planet was untouched and undefended. A small alien spy named Kalir watched Earth closely from a hidden base. He was part of the Zarn's secret intelligence, trained to blend in and gather information. But what he saw confused him. Humans lived simple lives. They farmed, built cities, and sailed ships. There were no giant armies, no vast fleets, no powerful weapons visible. It seemed peaceful, almost weak. Kalir decided to explore Earth himself. He landed near a dense forest far from any city. As he walked, he noticed strange ruins hidden beneath the trees. The stones were carved with symbols he had never seen before, symbols that glowed faintly. Curious, he moved closer. Inside the ruins, he found weapons unlike any the Zarn used. They hummed with energy that was alive, almost like they were waiting for someone to take them. Suddenly, Kalir heard a sound behind him, a soft whisper carried by the wind. "You should not be here." The voice was low and calm, but full of power. Kalir spun around. There was no one there. The forest was still. He ran back to his ship, shaken. He sent a message to the Emperor. "Earth is not what it seems. They hide weapons. They watch us." The Emperor was angry. He sent more ships and ordered the full fleet to prepare for invasion. The Zarn believed they could destroy Earth quickly once they saw its true power. But as the fleet approached, they found nothing. No armies, no battle stations, no signs of defense. Instead, strange lights surrounded the fleet. Ships lost control, systems failed, and one by one they vanished without a trace. It was as if Earth was using a power no one understood. The Zarn fleet disappeared in a flash of light, leaving the galaxy to wonder. What was Earth hiding? Meanwhile, on Earth, humans prepared quietly. They did not shout or send threats. They did not build large armies in space. But deep underground, in hidden bases and old ruins, they readied their defenses. They knew the Zarn were coming, and they were ready to fight in a way the galaxy had never seen before. The mystery of Earth grew. The Zarn realized this planet was different. It was a puzzle wrapped in silence. And for the first time, the invincible empire began to feel uncertain. One mini. The message shocked the Zarn Empire. A simple phrase appeared in their minds, clear and cold. "This galaxy belongs to us now." No threats, no demands, just a firm statement. The words spread through the empire like wildfire, causing confusion and fear. The Emperor called an emergency meeting with his most trusted leaders. The great hall was filled with whispers and nervous looks. Minister Frel, a sharp and cautious man, spoke first. "This message is not a bluff. Earth has power we do not understand. We must prepare for war." General Torlak slammed his fist on the table. "War is the only answer. We must crush this planet before it destroys us." Some leaders nodded in agreement, eager for battle. Others hesitated. A few suggested sending diplomats, hoping for peace. But the Emperor remained silent, thinking deeply. Finally, he spoke. "We cannot show weakness. Prepare the fleet. Send 100 ships to Earth. We will end this before it begins." The fleet moved quickly through space. Hundreds of powerful ships sailed towards Earth, ready to destroy everything in their path. But as they entered Earth's orbit, strange things started to happen. Ships lost communication. Their engines sputtered and failed. One by one, they disappeared in bright flashes of light. The Zarn Empire was stunned. The entire fleet vanished without a trace. There was no battle, no explosion, just silence. Back at the command center, the Emperor stared at the empty space where his fleet once was. "How can this be?" he whispered. The fear in the room was now stronger than ever. The Zarn knew one thing for sure. Earth was no ordinary planet. It was hiding a power beyond their understanding, and the galaxy was about to change forever. Two small escape pods drifted through the dark emptiness of space before they were found by a passing Zarn patrol ship. Inside were the shattered remains of two Zarn soldiers, barely alive and trembling with fear. They had seen horrors no one in the Empire could imagine. Their eyes were wide with terror, and when questioned, they could barely speak. The survivors told a terrible story. The humans who attacked their fleet did not fight like any enemy the Zarn had ever faced. They seemed almost invincible, unaffected by pain, moving faster than any creature known. Their weapons were strange, unlike the cold metal tools of the Zarn. The humans used machines that seemed to think for themselves, machines that could repair and fight without orders. One soldier spoke in a broken voice about a human who walked through fire without harm. This warrior tore their captain apart. With bare hands, as if the human's strength came from some secret power, the soldiers begged not to be sent back. They feared what Earth would do to them if captured again. The Emperor listened quietly to the reports. Doubt and fear spread through the council. How could these humans be so strong? How could they survive? Weapons that destroyed entire fleets? Some leaders whispered that Earth might hold ancient powers, long lost in the galaxy. The High Commander Veltor grew colder. "We face a force unlike any before. We must learn their secrets, before it is too late." Deep in the shadows of the Empire, scientists studied the broken soldiers and their stories. They began to realize Earth's power was not just weapons, but something deeper, a strength of mind and body, and a history the galaxy had forgotten. The Zarn Empire, once proud and unbreakable, was shaken. The planet they thought weak had revealed a dark and dangerous side, and the war was only beginning. In the quiet halls of the Zarn archives, an old historian named Velen uncovered a discovery that shook him to the core. As he sifted through ancient records and faded star maps, he found a symbol, a circle with 3 sharp lines crossing it. This symbol was familiar. It was the same one the drones had seen glowing beneath Earth's surface. Velen's hands trembled as he read the forgotten stories. Long ago, humans had not been simple farmers or weak creatures. They had ruled parts of the galaxy in secret, building powerful civilizations hidden from others. But then, something had happened. They vanished without warning, leaving behind ruins and mystery. The historian's voice shook as he shared his findings with the Emperor. Earth is not a new player in the galaxy. They were here long before the Zarn rose to power. Their history is older and deeper than we believed. The Emperor stared silently at the records. If humans had once ruled the stars, what had happened to them? Why had they disappeared for so long? And why had they waited until now to return? The truth unsettled everyone. The Zarn had thought they were the greatest. Power, but maybe they had only walked through spaces Earth allowed them to. Maybe the humans had been watching all along, waiting for the right time. Rumors began to spread throughout the Empire. Some whispered that Earth held ancient technologies lost to time. Others said humans had learned secrets of the universe that even the Zarn did not understand. The Emperor knew that the coming battle would be more than a fight for a planet. It would be a clash of histories, secrets, and powers long hidden in the shadows of the stars. And the galaxy was about to witness a war unlike any it had ever seen. The Emperor sat silently in his grand chamber as a message arrived from Earth. It was simple, one word only, but it carried a weight heavier than all the weapons in the Zarni. Fleet. The message said, "Too late." No threats, no explanations, just those 2 chilling words. The Emperor's hands clenched into fists. He sent an urgent order, prepare for battle. But something inside him knew this war would be different. Suddenly, Earth ships appeared in the skies above Zarn space. They were unlike any the Zarn had seen. Not cold metal warships, but living cities floating in space, breathing, growing, and shining with a strange light. The ships did not fire first. Instead, they waited, silent and patient. On a giant screen, in the Emperor's hall, a human appeared. She was calm, her eyes steady and strong. "This is not revenge," she said in perfect Zarn tongue. "This is correction. You conquered many worlds. You destroyed many lives. Now, it is time to set things right." Then the skies above Zarn worlds opened with brilliant light. Earth's fleet moved with power and grace. Their weapons were deadly, but precise. They did not destroy everything. They removed only the threat. The Zarn Empire, once certain of its victory, faced a force they could not break. The humans did not rush to war. They gave time for surrender, but they did not wait forever. The galaxy watched in silence as the balance of power shifted. The Emperor realized that the old ways were gone. Earth was no longer a quiet planet. It was the new power in the stars, and the human commander's words echoed in his mind. "This is correction. The war ended in a single day. Not a single human soldier died." The Zarn Empire, once feared across countless galaxies, now faced a choice unlike any before. They could fight and be destroyed, or they could surrender and live under new laws. Earth's laws. Many Zarn leaders gathered to decide their fate. Some were angry, vowing to fight on. Others were tired, seeing the strength of humanity and the futility of resistance. One by one, fleets lowered their weapons, and the great empire began to crumble. But Earth did not seek to destroy the Zarn. Instead, they offered a new order, a chance for peace, but only under the rule of humans. The Zarn would become part of a new galaxy, united not by fear but by respect for human strength and wisdom. In a quiet corner of the galaxy, a young alien cadet stood before a classroom filled with many species. His eyes were wide with wonder as a human teacher began the lesson. The screen behind her showed the stars and the title, "The Day the Galaxy Met Earth." The teacher spoke softly. The Zarn thought they were invincible. They conquered galaxies, but they never met Earth before. When they did, everything changed, because Earth was not what they expected. The cadet listened, knowing this story was only the beginning. The galaxy was no longer the same. A new era had started, one ruled by humans, but shared with many others. The future was uncertain, but one thing was clear. Earth's time had come, and the galaxy would never forget the day when the invincible empire met the humans, and everything changed forever.